Coming up right now on SUTV News, we have a Student Senate recap of this week's meeting.
And there are still seats left for winter courses.
It's all right now. Hello and thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Holly Hare.
And I'm sorry I'm not as good looking as Laquan Chapman, but I'm Chris Eckstein. Shippensburg University's Student Senate meets every other Thursday to discuss campus affairs such as budgets, clubs and organizations, and changes to campus buildings and facilities. Our own Nick Holub has the highlights of this week's Senate meeting. Let's take a look.
While the meetings themselves usually only last about 20 minutes, a lot gets done in that time. Here are a few key points that were discussed last Thursday. Vice President Straker reported a motion to create a military history club. The club would focus on the values and beliefs of military personnel, study military tactics and historical battles, and honor those who have served our country. Senator Schneider reported that a new printing system will be implemented over winter break. Instead of sending a document to a specific printer, students will soon be able to send their documents to an electronic queue system and print from any printer on campus. Senator Crawford is in the process of making a top 15 list of projects students want to be done. These projects could include rearranging or changing the amount of chairs in a building, adding or dropping activities, and more. More information will be available in the future. And last, but certainly not least, SUTV's own Amanda Trevel was on the floor that day. She motioned to create an equestrian club, so horseback riders here at SHIP can have the opportunity to practice their skills, compete, and socialize at a nearby barn. Well, that's it for today's Student Senate highlights. I'm Nick Holub of SUTV News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nick. SUTV will have a Student Senate meeting recap every other week starting next semester.
Seats are still available for SHIP's winter term. The last day to register for the online classes is this coming Tuesday, December 16th. Classes begin on Monday, December 15th and end January 16th, 2015. If a class is closed, students are encouraged to sign up on the wait list since seats tend to open up when the term starts. Coming up on SUTV News, find out who will be the commencement speakers this Friday.
And a SHIP professor has published a nationally recognized guidebook. It's coming up next. Don't touch that dial.
This semester's winter commencement speakers feature two alums. Marnie G. Jones will present the address at the master's degree ceremony, and Pennsylvania State Senator Richard Alloway II will speak to students during the undergraduate ceremony. Jones earned her master's degree from SHIP in 2010 in special education with a comprehensive certification in disabilities. Senator Alloway earned his bachelor's degree also from SHIP in government in 1993. The graduate ceremony is tomorrow and the undergraduate ceremony is on Saturday. There is still time to have your voice heard on who will be the next Shippensburg University president. The Presidential Search Committee has extended the deadline to send in online candidate surveys. The surveys can be found at ship.edu/presidential_search. The surveys for all three candidates are available until 5 p.m. on Friday. These surveys allow the community to provide feedback on each of the possible candidates.
SHIP's professor of special education, Dr. David Bateman, published a third edition of his book, A Principal's Guide to Special Education. The nationally recognized guidebook addresses the needs of students with disabilities in schools. The book was co-written by his father, Fred Bateman, a retired public school superintendent and university professor. Don't you go away, still to come on SUTV News. Hunter gives the scoop on some snow.
And Alexis Hilliard has your weekly dose of entertainment. Don't go away.
Well, you know, Hall, I don't think it's safe to say that we'll have a white Christmas this far in advance. Looks like we might be having a white graduation on Saturday.
I hope not. I hope it doesn't affect the families commuting up to watch.
My family has four-wheel drive, so I think we're okay.
So I think you're set.
Well, Hunter, take it away, sir.
Santa Claus is coming to town, and he's bringing snow clouds with him. That's right, snow is in your forecast for the weekend. Tonight, there's a chance of snow, with temperatures dropping to about 29. The snow will last just a few hours, and it isn't going to lay on the ground, but still be cautious if you're driving tonight. Friday will be cloudy with some light gusts and a high of 39 for the day, and Friday night, temperatures are going to drop down to 29 again with mostly cloudy skies for the evening. For us, we will be taking a break on Saturday because those skies are going to clear up. Saturday will be partly sunny with a high of 40 and a low of 31. Sunday continues the trend with partly sunny skies and a high of 43, and evening temperatures are going to drop down to a low of 32. Monday and Tuesday, skies are going to be partly sunny during the day with highs around the mid-40s and lows in the 30s. That's your forecast for the next few days of the ho-ho holiday season. If you thought being bundled in winter clothes was bad, imagine being eaten alive by a snake. Alexis Hilliard has the story.
Thanks, Hunter, but I think I'd rather be bundled in clothes. When you see a large anaconda, the normal reaction is to run. Well, that's not the case for filmmaker and conservationist Paul Rizzoli. On Sunday night, Discovery Channel aired a special called Eaten Alive. During the special, Rizzoli suited up in a protective armor to be eaten alive by a 20-foot anaconda. But the meal didn't go quite so planned. The anaconda squeezed Rizzoli a little harder than his protective gear anticipated, and veterinarians were called in to remove the snake. Viewers were extremely upset after watching an hour and 45 minutes of the show just to see Rizzoli tangled up with a snake. With times changing and technology progressing, Apple feels the iPod Classic no longer holds any value and is being discontinued. You may not be able to find the Classic on the shelves, but you may look out on Amazon. That is, if you're willing to pay close to $500. Though that may seem a little pricey, some Classic models are able to hold up to 40,000 songs. People eagerly anticipating Pixar's next animated feature film have been given a sneak peek at their next project. The new movie, Inside Out, takes place inside the young girl's mind. The girl's emotions, such as fear, sadness, and anger, are personified and serve as the main cast. The movie is sure to be a fun, unique look into a psyche of a child. Speaking of upcoming movies, we're fast approaching the release of Unbroken. This true tragic tale epitomizes the endurance of a man. It follows the story of Louis Zamperini, an Olympic runner who was captured by Japanese forces in World War II. The movie is directed by Angelina Jolie, who was acquainted with Zamperini. In gaming news, a new Tomb Raider game came out 2 days ago. Lara Croft, the Temple of Osiris, the game is displayed from an isometric viewpoint and has a heavy multiplayer focus. Up to 4 players can work together to solve a bevy of puzzles and challenges. The game is available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. Well, that is it for entertainment today. I don't know about you, but I am ready for winter break. So let's send it over to Chris and Holly.
Laquan Chapman may not be at the desk tonight, but he does have your sports fix after the break.
And he knows better than anybody who this week's PSAC Field Athlete of the Week is. Stick around.
Well, tonight's top story is me, Laquan Chapman, aka me. I've been named the PSAC Men's Indoor Field Athlete of the Week, and I took first place in the long jump and the triple jump at Bucknell this weekend. Yours truly ranks first in the PSAC and third in the division in both of my events, and I promise you guys that I'll try my hardest to become #1 after the winter break. The PSAC Men's Indoor Track Athlete of the Week is also a ship raider, Eric Beloga. This past weekend at Bucknell, Beloga placed first in the 400-meter open and also the 4x400-meter relay. He also snagged a PSAC qualifying time in the 60-meter hurdles. His 400-meter race ranks top 5 in Division II, and the 4x400-meter relay is first in Division II right now. There are many remarkable stories you hear on athletes, in particular those who come back from tragedies. Our own Kyle Toomey gives us a sneak peek at an exclusive documentary that will air next semester. It's on Shippensburg's defensive back, Kevin Taylor II.
It was early in the first quarter, and you had already had 3 tackles. So I mean, it was like early in the game. It was like the dude was coming up. It was like a little dump pass from the quarterback up to the 27-yard line. You kind of like took out his knee.
Yeah.
And you could both were kind of laying there. And I'd rewatched it, and you kind of got up like holding your stomach.
I remember the play vividly. Like, I came up, I remember exactly what I was doing. When I came up, I remember the hit, and I remember just the pain that was there.
What did you think it was at first?
At first, I thought it was just I couldn't breathe. Like, I got the wind knocked out of me, like a normal football player, so I was going to get up. But when I tried to get up, I just couldn't.
Red Raiders' Kevin Taylor. For East Stroudsburg, it's Sam Benson, the fullback.
The doctor came over, and I couldn't breathe. After a while, I started to realize it was bad. So then the doctor, he deemed that it might have been internal bleeding, and then he was like, you need to call for a chopper.
Be sure to keep a lookout next semester for the entire documentary as SUTV follows Kevin throughout his recovery. Now let's get you guys caught up to date with some ship scores this week with this week's Raider Roundup. Women's swimming had 2 fifth-place finishes and 1 fourth-place finish in 3 days of action at the Bomber Invitational in Ithaca, New York this past weekend. The men started with a 5th-place finish on Friday before closing out the weekend with a pair of 8th-place finishes. Wrestling finished 11th in PSAC championships this past Saturday. And in women's hoops, the ladies fell in overtime against Westchester on Saturday by a score of 73-76. Tough loss. But the gentlemen were victorious over the Golden Rams as they won 74-68. And that wraps up this week's sports on SUTV. And this semester, I've been Laquan Chapman, and it's time for me to go get a pizza. Let's send it back to the desk.
That's it for SUTV News. I'm Holly Hare. Before we go, it wouldn't be the last show of the semester if we didn't say goodbye to our graduating seniors. This year, we're sending off our own Chris Eckstein into the real world. All of us at SUTV would agree that Chris is someone that keeps us in constant high spirits and always laughing. We thank him for that. Here with us for his last appearance on SUTV as a ship student is Chris Eckstein and Emily Larson.
They didn't tell me what to do. Really? Really? I'm plugged in already, bruh. Can you tell it's a wire? That's great. I don't know. What is going on?
Well, hello, Chris.
How are you?
Is that you? That's you right there. You just got
Right
done
there.
anchoring the newscast.
I sat there tonight.
Who's that? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? All right, well, so. Are you okay?
I feel ridiculous in this sweater.
Do you want to get rid of it? You can take it off.
No.
No? You good? You like it? All right, okay. Well, let's get down to business. How was that newscast over there?
Holly smells bad.
I've actually heard that.
She's one of those complete people like Matthew McConaughey who doesn't believe in deodorant products.
Is that true?
It's onions mostly. It smells more like onions mostly.
Anyway.
Like the sweet kind, to her credit. It's like the sweet onion. But
Anyway. So
not a fan.
So you're graduating.
That's the idea.
Do you think so you're actually going to graduate? Are you positive?
They said they're going to give me this piece of paper and everything.
They're
with my
letting
name
you
on it.
walk?
Well, I've known how to do that for a long time.
They're letting you walk to graduate though? Like you're positive?
I'd probably drive my car to get there. Is that the question? I don't understand.
Do you plan on doing anything with your degree? Do you think you're actually
I'd probably put it in a frame.
Do you think you're actually going to be able to get a job in this industry?
I hope so. What's that guy pointing at? Stop it.
That's a good picture. That's a really good picture.
Who is that?
You look good. Can you replicate that pose for me?
Let's see. That was my fist. Am I knocking like this?
Actually, it looks like you
Here.
are missing your hand, actually.
All right.
Oh,
That's a good look. That's a really good look.
That was
All right,
pretty
that's
good.
Okay. All right.
I remember that day. It was cold.
It was cold. Look, that's you. That's you right there.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite kind of pizza topping?
I have bacon.
Bacon?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely. We're like a meat lovers combo.
I'm gonna
Anything's
order-
fine.
I'm gonna order a pizza right now.
I
Just
love
give me
that.
a second. Hello? Could I get a large bacon pizza? I like pepperoni too. Can we have pepperoni?
That's fine. We can do
Okay.
halfsies.
Half bacon,
Oh, you
half
know what? Do it all
pepperoni?
over. I don't want
All
to be a pain.
bacon,
I don't
all
like to be that
pepperoni?
customer.
All right. This is for Chris Eckstein. Can you deliver it to the SUTV studio?
Breadsticks. Get the breadsticks.
And breadsticks. We're gonna get breadsticks. too.
Marinara.
And marinara sauce. Okay. All right.
Well, what if I want wings, Em? That's not enough.
It's gonna be ready in about 25 minutes. They're gonna deliver it here.
I'll probably go home by then, but
What's your favorite memory with SUTV? Not just from this semester, because I
Right
know
now.
there have been a lot from this semester.
right now, this
right
is my
now?
favorite.
All right.
I don't know.
I
There.
like that. I like hearing that.
Oh, a favorite memory. I don't know. There's a lot. There's way too many.
Like what?
Like you have so many first, like your first time, like doing a package or doing Larson salute, doing a package, or like there's my first time commentating, my first time anchoring, whatever.
That's also a good look.
Watch the leather.
And the leather
All
jacket.
right, that's nice. I like that hat. That's one of my favorites. But I don't know. I'll miss the little things. I don't think I could pick out one memory. Just like hanging out with my friends. That was pretty memorable, and now everyone knows about it, so that's cool. What about you? What's your favorite memory of me?
I'm not graduating.
What's your favorite memory of me, though?
My favorite memory of you, probably that. That was actually really good timing.
We are up for most awkward duo of the year. They just buzz me in on the headset.
In your earpiece,
Mm-hmm.
they let you know. All right. Well,
The pizza's gonna be late. Okay.
hold on,
Yeah.
because I have a graduation present for you. I'm gonna play you a goodbye song. Why are you laughing? I just
I
need
was
you to
laughing
listen.
with excitement.
I just need you to listen for 5 seconds.
I'm hearing it.
And then I feel like you know the words to the song that I'm about to play, so at any time you can join in here.
I don't know what this is. You're really good, though. That's not why I don't know what it is. I think it's an original cover I've never heard before. Is it Oh Christmas Tree? I don't remember that part. Oh. You gotta stretch. That's one of my key things is stretching.
I think that was the problem. I forgot to stretch before I played that song.
Yeah.
Show me your best flex pose.
My best flex pose? I don't really do this often, but
He's lying. He does this all the time.
that really accentuates the chest features, I think.
That kind of reminds me of that one.
How much longer should I go for? Because
Hold it.
it's
You
hurting
don't
me.
get the proper stretch.
It's hurting me. Pull on that arm real quick. That's it.
All right. I think that's good. That's good.
I felt good. Thanks.
Well, we're certainly gonna miss you around here. You are quite
I'm gonna
the
miss coming
character.
around here.
Are you really?
I will.
It's gonna be a tough loss.
Question for you though. Have you been getting your direct deposits? Have they been coming through? I haven't been getting my paychecks. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know. So do you want to know about like my future goals or?
I asked you that before. You didn't want to tell me.
Okay, well I thought it was like a memory
What do
thing.
what do you plan on doing?
But how are you? You're doing a great job,
Our
floor
floor
director.
director's waving to us.
You're doing a really nice job, son. That shirt's very blue.
It brings out your eyes. Okay, so future goals.
I would like to be a baseball reporter for like a beat reporter for an MLB team. That's the idea.
The Dodgers?
That's the idea. Maybe them. Anyone would be fine. But I wanted to like propose a proposition to you,
You're propositioning
like
me?
a business transaction type
Like what?
deal.
Yeah.
I know you still got some time left in school, but I can start like the construction or whatever. I was thinking about maybe if you wanted to open up a bed and breakfast. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker.
I've always wanted
Here's the
to
kick-
do that.
Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Okay. The only people that are allowed to stay at the bed and breakfast are celebrities.
I like that. I like
And here's
that
the
a
other
lot.
kicker. Here's the kicker. Listen to what I gotta say. Listen to what I gotta say real quick. The real kicker is, it's a treetop theme. It's like a big treehouse resort. Kind of an Avatar thing. We're not trying to rip off Avatar, but if Sigourney Weaver wants to come in full garb,
Yes.
that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
And James Cameron, he can come too. The little Mr. Director.
I don't know. We're looking for more of the A-listers, but they can come
How much
too.
more A-list?
Okay, that's
he
fine.
can bring the A-listers.
I want to
He
get
can bring
Justin
some
Timberlake. 'Cause
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I heard his ghost stories are like top notch, like really.
I think that's his wife.
You want to know the name of it? We're gonna call it Celebritry. That's pretty good, though, right?
That's.
So like
you
I'll just
put
start.
a lot of thought into
I'll
this.
start the building. Like we'll have to get some solid trees, maybe an elm or an oak.
Mahogany.
Probably more than one tree would do.
Mahogany. If I'm going to be
Is there a
opening
mahogany
a bed
tree?
and breakfast, I think so. Where did they get the
In
mahogany wood
Pennsylvania?
from? Does anybody know? Anybody in the studio? Where does mahogany come from?
Central. That's what I was thinking.
Central
I'm
America.
not going down there. I'm not tearing down the rainforest any more than it already is.
Can we get a round of applause, please?
That was loud. Next question. Feels like we're wasting a lot of time.
Do you play?
Wrap it up. What? My gifts?
It is
You
almost
guys.
Christmas time. Do you play any instruments?
I play multiple instruments because I have a drum set and I hit all the drums and cymbals.
How many drums are in this drum set?
About 5.
So you can play 5 instruments at once then. Are there cymbals?
I could probably rig it. Yeah, they are cymbals,
All right.
and they are symbolic of my.
If you had 3
Symbolism.
arms, do you think that you could simultaneously play all of the drums and then maybe also guitar?
I don't know. Maybe if I had 3 arms, I would like try and take my talents elsewhere. Like I don't know, like a baby holder. I could hold like 3 babies at once.
That's actually really good.
Because like the
idea.
ones that don't get held enough.
That's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
Rachel's gonna wrap my gifts. Okay. Thank you, Hunter. He's doing a great job.
Well, I think we're going to end this with the real goodbye song.
The real goodbye
I was
song.
just messing with you before. I actually do know how to play.
I can't wait for that one. That's one of my faves.
I know how to play that on the harmonica, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's how we're going to end this. And if you could stand up for me.
I pledge allegiance.
While I play this, yes, and your hand on your heart while I play this song.
Okay.
And then you can just roll the credits whenever.
That's beautiful. She's been practicing.
I was playing it the wrong way.
I don't hurt it.